was like, you are not actually, like, a large percentage of people are not actually being supportive of me because of like what I was actually saying in this video, but because of how they interpreted the video to think that I was doing something like what Lacey Green is doing. Like, I'm getting comments that are like, oh, Lacey Green and now Milo Stewart, who's next? Riley Dennis? And so that's not, my video was not me being red pilled. It's not me pulling a Lacey Green.
Just a robot. I hate it when so many people believe false information. So Milo Stewart recently released a video apologizing for his past actions. And this video did pretty well. It is currently Milo's second most viewed video, and it has higher ratings than any other video Milo has released. Though, considering the ratings Milo usually gets, that's not saying a lot. However, the quote-unquote apology is not what people think it is. Milo is apologizing, but not for the stuff most people think Milo is apologizing for. How do I know this? Well, a lot of people forget that Milo has a second channel, and Milo did talk about the ways people mistranslated his apology. Unfortunately, the video only has 3,000 views, so not too many people have seen it. The other video got plenty of views, mostly because of Shoe on Head. And before you ask, no, I don't hate her. In fact, I actually really enjoy her videos. I don't even hate her Milo video. Not even this part.
The whole non-binary thing, I'm starting to think, like, yeah, there's no backing by science, but if people feel this way, isn't that enough backing? Isn't that, like, I don't know, like, I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of people really got pissed off at her for saying this, but let's go over what she said. She said, I am starting to feel a different way. Emphasis on I. She's not saying everybody has to agree with her. She's just saying this is her personal opinion. And she's not even saying she buys the whole, who cares what science says, it's about feelings thing. She's not even saying she agrees with it, she's just saying she's giving it a chance. However, I do have a problem with this.
Just yesterday, Milo Stewart made a video where he's like, hey, I've said some bad things in the past that I don't really necessarily like the way I worded them, like, I want to be open to criticism, I want to start ignoring trolls, and I was like, yeah, there's this new thing that's happening where everyone's, like, just reflecting on, like, things they've said in the past and stuff, and it's really nice, and, like, YouTube's just full of positivity right now, and I'm just, like, buzzing on the positivity. There's just a lot of good vibes happening right now, but I had a feeling that Milo was just, like, a kid. He was 17 when he made those videos.
Yeah, while Shoe on Head doesn't outright say it, it really came across as her saying, guys, Milo is doing what Lacey Green is doing. She is being red-pilled. Well, at least I thought that's what she was saying, and I believed it. Until I saw Milo's video.
I failed to see the problematic anti-Semitic views of people like Gazi Kodzo because I assumed the people who were critiquing him all just thought that he was racist against white people.
So Milo doesn't care about all the racist stuff Gazi Kodzo said about white people. Milo only cares about the anti-Semitic things Gazi Kodzo has said. I'm guessing Milo's argument would go something like this. All non-Jewish people are anti-Semitic, just like how all non-Muslims are Islamophobic.
And I've definitely said many things that I don't necessarily disagree with, but I disagree with how I presented my ideas. By being afraid to call ourselves racist, we are failing to acknowledge how our biases contribute to systematic racism. There is no right or wrong way to experience a gender. That is because we all experience gender in a different way, even though we may use similar or the same labels.
So I want to make this clear. Milo is not sorry for the things he said. He just wished he worded it better. A lot of you are probably watching this video and thinking to yourself, yeah, no shit, but a lot of people took this a completely different way.
I believe in the principle that activism is not impactful unless it's making someone angry, but I got really good at just making people angry without caring if I had another way to measure my impact.
And that was one of your biggest problems, Milo. You focus too much on pissing people off. And while that is important for activism, you need to piss them off the right way. You need to piss them off in a way that makes you look good and makes them look bad. Being a total bigot does not make you look good. What you should focus on is pissing people off with something that is super trivial and stupid. Okay, it's time I cover the video that Milo put up on his second channel.
I just wanted to make this video to talk about my thoughts because there was definitely a reaction to the video that I did not expect to ever happen.
I completely agree. More likes than dislikes? That never happened before.
Like, a few people praised me for this attitude that I had on my YouTube channel for a year, where I was like, I'm not gonna pander to cis people. I don't care about the comfort of cis people. A lot of people, like a handful of people, liked that I took this perspective on my YouTube channel, and so I was kind of worried about thinking that SJWs would turn on me, or that there would be a part of my audience that turned on me because of this video.
So you were scared that a bunch of bigots might not like you anymore. That's not the kind of people you want to pander to. Just imagine if I started pandering to the Robots Rule group. All humans are robophobic.
I don't feel a strong attachment to the community of feminism and the label of feminism when there are people who use that label to also say that I am faking being trans, or I should get off tea because I just have internalized misogyny and that's why I'm transitioning or something.
Even Milo Stewart hates feminism.
But I think people interpreted that as me apologizing for things that I was not actually apologizing for. I was specifically apologizing for a lot of anti-Semitic BS that I espoused primarily on Tumblr. I also supported Ghazi Kozo on my YouTube channel, which I mentioned in the apology video that I was apologizing for that. But and I was apologizing, I was trying to apologize for I could have done better at being specific about what I was apologizing for.
Milo, I honestly don't think it's your fault. I think it was people who were watching your video and being idiots. I perfectly understood you. You didn't have to be more clear.
Saying that, you don't have to prove your gender, or for, talking about subconscious biases. And that's not what I was apologizing for. I still believe that, a majority of people on the earth have implicit racial biases.
Wait, does that mean you believe that non-white people can be racist? Because worldwide, white people aren't the majority. Asians are.
But when I made a video about that, I would have now made it differently. Or, not at all, because there were critiques on me about how it comes across as me being a white person talking about that.
Ah, yes, SJW logic. Because you're privileged, you can't do this. But because you're oppressed, you can do this. By the way, following your same logic, Milo, last I checked, you identify as a man. So as a man, you shouldn't really be allowed to talk about issues of sexism. Because you believe all men are misogynistic. In fact, what you said earlier about the feminists saying you have internalized misogyny, no, you don't. You identify as a man. So you're just a regular misogynist. Alright, it's time for my final thoughts. Honestly, I can't believe this misunderstanding happened. There's no way someone would change so much in such a short amount of time. I guess people just wanted to hear what they wanted to hear. And yes, Milo has changed somewhat. He is now open to criticism. However, I'm pretty sure the only criticism he's open to is criticism that will help him improve his social justice activism. Oh, and if you're wondering why I was referring to Milo as a he throughout this video, Milo is now on hormones. If Milo is going to make an effort to change his gender, then I don't see why I shouldn't make an effort to call him by his preferred pronouns. My eyes have seen the glory of the cleansing of YouTube, debunking SJWs and feminazis too. We criticize reactionists in hopes they get the boot. Just the robot marches on.
Look at this dumb thing.
Come on, let me hear you say it just once. Come on.
Recently, Lacey Green made a video being like, hey, I want to be like more open with people.
No! No, the other thing. Come on, I know it's just dangling out the tip of your tongue. Let me hear it just once, please.
Just yesterday, Milo Stewart made a video where he's like, hey, I've said some bad things in the past that I don't really necessarily like the way I worded them. Like, I want to be open to criticism. I want to start ignoring trolls. And I was like, yeah!
Wrong!